Hi, I'm Jeff Richards, and welcome to Japan Today Spotlight. Online exploitation of children and teenagers has become a major problem here in Japan. Not a week goes by without hearing reports of kids being lured on social media or through online games to meet strangers, only to end up abducted, sexually assaulted, or in some tragic cases, murdered. Others become victims of child pornography, and some older teens have even been conned into going overseas where they're forced to take part in scams. It's part of a broader trend. This is also the country where yami baito, shady part-time jobs found online in SNS apps, has become a disturbing phenomenon, especially among vulnerable young people glued to their screens. For many, SNS and mobile or online games are an escape, but that escape can quickly turn into something much darker. We'll look at how bad the problem is, how online predators target children, what the police are doing, and how parents can help protect their kids. In 2024, 98 children under the age of 18 became victims of crimes committed by people they met while playing online games. This, according to the National Police Agency, the NPA. Out of those, 35 were victims of child pornography, 23 were sexually assaulted, and 22 were elementary school students. And this year's numbers are already troubling. Just this past February and March, the NPA arrested 111 people during a nationwide crackdown on online child sexual exploitation. But police say that's just the visible part of the problem. These arrests, as alarming as they are, only represent the tip of the iceberg. On March 31st, the body of a missing 16-year-old high school girl from Tokyo was found in the closet at the home of a 21-year-old man in Ichinomiya, Aichi Prefecture. She had been stabbed 10 times. How did this happen? On March 28th, she told her family she was planning to visit a friend in Aichi Prefecture, someone she had met through an online game. She was never seen alive again. I have to ask, how does a 16-year-old girl tell her parents she's going to another prefecture to meet a friend she met on an online game, or even just a friend, since I'm pretty sure they'll keep that online meeting part secret? And that's not a red flag? Parenting teens isn't easy, but that kind of plan needs a conversation, not a green light. The point is, this kind of tragedy is all too familiar to police. They say more than 90% of the children being preyed upon are girls. Predators usually start by trying to seem friendly, chatting with the girls they meet on social media or inside games. They often pretend to be younger than they are. They look for kids who seem vulnerable or lonely, maybe struggling at home. After a few conversations, they begin learning personal details and then working to build trust. And sometimes that ends in tragedy. Some of these children are lucky. If police can track their location by their smartphone, they might be found in time, but not always. In the most extreme cases, predators go looking for teenagers who are suicidal and offer to help. That happened in Fukushima City just last week. A 36-year-old man was arrested for attempting to help a teenage girl take her own life. He saw a comment she had posted online hinting at suicide and replied with a sinister, "Would you like to commit suicide together?" He picked her up, drove her to a mountain road, sexually assaulted her, and suggested they burn charcoal briquettes in the car. Fortunately, the girl changed her mind and she did not end up taking her own life. He drove her to Koriyama City and she managed to get to a police station where she reported the incident. To tackle this growing problem, the NPA has set up cyber patrols. Officers monitor social media, online games, and mobile apps where predators are known to operate. They look for suspicious behavior, and they try to catch offenders before they can act. They also run a public information site called Operation Cyber Guardian, where people can see updates on investigations and arrests related to online child exploitation. Japan remains a major source of online child pornography, so the NPA is also working with police forces overseas. Many arrests in Japan involve men who convince girls to send explicit photos, which are then shared online or used to blackmail the victims. It doesn't matter what country they're in. More than anything, police stress the importance of prevention. They urge kids not to share personal information online, especially in games or apps that include voice chat or private messaging. And they warn against agreeing to meet anyone they've only interacted with online. The truth is, there's only so much the police can do, and often it's too late by the time they get involved. So, if you're a parent, what can you do to protect your child? Police and psychologists have some practical advice. Supervise your kids' internet use. Make sure they never share personal information or contact information with someone they've met only online. Help them understand that the person they're chatting with might not be who they say they are, especially if they claim to be another teenager. Never send photos of themselves to strangers. And if your child has a phone, consider limiting it to calls and email only. If their device does have internet access, experts strongly recommend using filters to restrict access and certain sites and services. Listen, this isn't about spying on your kids or invading their right to privacy. It's about you being that one safe person that they can talk to before somebody else pretends to be. Starting these conversations can feel awkward. It's hard. But the alternative is far worse. If we want our kids to come to us first, we have to make space for that. This problem isn't going away. As mobile tech becomes more sophisticated and access becomes easier, the risk to kids only grows. And the way AI could be used in this space to impersonate identities, create fake photos, manipulate chats, it's almost too chilling to imagine. At what point do we stop thinking of this as a one-off problem with bad guys online? Start asking what's breaking down at home, at school, in society, where kids are turning to strangers online for connection in the first place. This instinct for us to escape into games and chat apps, whether here in Japan or abroad, might be making it easier for predators. But maybe it's also making it harder for parents to see what's really going on. When everyone's head is down, kids and parents both, who's watching out for whom? Let us know in the comments what you think. From the Japan Today newsroom here in Tokyo, I'm Jeff Richards. See me next time.